Leg A, that was race 8 yesterday. Big feature of the day, third level allowance feature. 2 Charlies was dead game with Trevor McCarthy aboard. That horse paid $17.80. And then the big price winner you had, Tim, was in leg B, which was Laurel Park race 9. You had the 7 there. That was Midnight Games, paid $16.40 for Juan Vasquez. That was the apprentice Julio Correa's second win of the day.
Yep.
But by the way, so yeah, so Midnight Games paid $16.40. Then you had Diamond King, last year's Tessio winner. He won leg C. He paid $6.40. Then you had $11 Kitten's Joy, first-time starter, win leg D, a spinning kitten for Morris Bailey and Danny Gargan. Then leg E at Golden Gate, you had a $4 winner there with the 9s sequentially. So it wasn't too hard. It paid almost $7,200 to 23 winning tickets.
Yeah, I mean, the second leg was where I think a lot of people got tripped up.
Sure.
Juan Vasquez was winner. And then after that, pretty formful. I like Diamond King down at Gulfstream, coming off a bit of a layoff for John Service, but got the job done. And I would have been stuck if I'd gotten through the leg E, I would have gotten stuck again because I had singled Hollendorfer, and he didn't get the job done yesterday either. And it's been a trend out there lately with singling Jerry Hollendorfer, but
yeah.
He'll bounce back. We'll bounce back. $7,182.50, and look forward to next week.
All right, I'm glad I'm not the only one that got the Hollendorfer whammy out there. I singled him and you singled him, so and we'll keep that in mind. Navarro, he burned me down at Gulfstream last week too. So there's the Stronach 5. Big payout once again yesterday. They bet almost $188,000 into it, so they were way over that $100,000 guarantee. So that was all yesterday. Let's get to today's action. The Terps are getting ready to tip off about 12:10. You can watch that in the sports bar we told you about. The carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 4. There it is, $28,275. Nice carryover in that pick 6. They bet over $12,000 new money into it yesterday, so if they put $12,000 into it today, that'll bring it up to around $40,000 in the Rainbow Pick 6. So it'll be close to $40,000 when it's all said and done, maybe over $40,000. Tim, you'll have a ticket for it.
I'll have a ticket for a little carryover in Super High 5. It starts in the second race, and a nice carryover in the late pick 5. Over $3,000.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, with that industry low 12% takeout, over $3,000 for the late pick 5. That starts in race 5. I'll have a ticket for both pick 5s today. So those are the carryovers. Let's show you a picture of the main track. A beautiful spring day. It was a little brisk this morning. But a fast track, and we have clear skies. What's the weather, guys? We in the 40s or 50s? Okay, I'll take that. 45 and sunny for our first spring Saturday.
Our first spring Saturday. A little windy this morning. A little wind still out there today, but a really, really pretty day. And it's just going to get better from here, Stan. Just gets better from here. We'll have a few rainy days in April, but that's it. The worst is behind us, no question about it.
All right, good stuff. Let's get right to it here. Race 1 will kick off that popular early pick 5. It's a mandatory payout on this early pick 5, and just like the late pick 5, an industry low 12% takeout. Let's check out my early pick 5 ticket, a $32 ticket. You can check out all of our tickets on the laurelpark.com website. Underneath the handicapping section, let's check out my ticket here. In the opener, I have the 5 on top. The 5 is going to be the favorite here, but the 5 doesn't have to win. MG Broker for Kieran McGee, I have on top. But I like the 1 Top Hat Warrior for Hugh McMahon and Joseph Bessaker, 6-1 on the 1 Top Hat Warrior. So I go 2 deep here in the opener. Race 2, that's a wide open maiden, 10,000 going a mile. I go 4 deep there with the 1, 2, 3, and the 5. My singles, my price play of the day in race 3, I like the 2 non-such at 4-1. That's my price play of the day, so I'll single on the 4-year-old non-such, number 2 in race 3. Nice allowance race for Philly Mares going 2 turns in race 4. The 1 Acanetta with McCarthy is going to be a popular favorite, but the 5 Bellantonic has won 3 in a row since trainer Dale Capuano claimed this Maryland-bred 4-year-old filly. The bug boy, the 7-pound bug boy. Keep your eye on this guy, Correa. He won a race for Dale Capuano yesterday. Correa won 2 races here yesterday.
Absolutely, and we talked about that yesterday. If you're a bug boy in Maryland, 2 places you want to get into. Claudio Gonzalez and
Yeah.
Dale Capuano. Dale Capuano puts Bug Boys on the map. He has for years and years and years.
All right, so if the 1-8 Connecticut is not on her A game, the 5 Bellantonic looking to make it 4 in a row for the new connections. I go 1-5 there in race 4. Then in race 5, that's a nickel 2 life filly and mares going a mile. I go 4 deep there with the 4, 6, 9, 10. Very affordable $32 ticket. Let's check out the opener here. Going a mile, claiming $25,000 for straight 3-year-olds to 5 MG Brokers. Your 6 to 5 morning line favorite here in race 1. Ricardo Chappie rides this 3-year-old colt by Power Broker. First off, the claim for Kieran McGee. He's won 3 in a row. He won by 3. Won by 3 back in January. Won by 10 in February. He just won by 9 in March. So he's on a roll. He was just claimed for 12.5. He's stepping up into deeper water today, but the buyers, they look pretty good. They've been going up, and MG Broker, he might just keep getting better and better.
I think he is getting better and better. First of all, this is a nice horse. He runs. He's 4 for 7 lifetime with a third showing. And I look at this race and wow, it's a step up in price, but it's really not a step up in class. There's no one that's really running that well that's been running at that $25,000 level. So if you got to step up in a race, at least this is the race to step up into, and he looks very, very tough here. I think he gets the job done. Good numbers over his last 3 starts. Kieran McGee, 22% first off the claim, and Ricardo Chappie returns. So I think he probably easily gets 4 in a row, even with this step up, because it's really not that much of a step. But the horse has been running at this level, have been running very well.
Sure. All right. I used to 1 Top Hat Warrior also. I use that horse in my exact end on my early pick 5 ticket. Victor Carrasco rides this 3-year-old for Hugh McMahon. A big second first off the claim. That was back in early February. He's been freshened up since then. Some decent works. You see a 1-mile work early March here on the tab in a decent bullet, almost a bullet. Second of 59 on March 16th when he went 48-2. So Top Hat Warrior gets Victor Carrasco for Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, and this is a horse that's really never run a bad race. You can only find 1 bad race on his form, and that was 3 starts ago, going a mile right here at Laurel Park over a track that was rated good. He got beat 13 lengths. Every other race on his form are really, really good efforts, including his last effort going a mile 16th. As you mentioned, comes in here off a little bit of a layoff. Hugh McMahon, 18% off this type of layoff with a couple good works, and gets Victor Carrasco. So this horse is honest. He shows up every time, and I don't blame you for having you in your exact eye. I have on my ticket to Top Hat Warrior, 6-1 on the morning line.
And the one's owned by Joseph Bessiker. He's become one of the more active owners in the country right now. I met him last Sunday, matter of fact, when Claudio won that 4 in a row. And one of those horses Bessiker owned, I met the guy, and he said Maryland is his favorite, Laurel Park and Pimlico. Maryland's his favorite state in the entire country to race in, and this is one of the leading owners in the country right now, giving us that compliment.
Well, that's important, and I was talking to Jeremiah Engelhardt a few days before, right, and he said he loves being here. He loves the way his horses do over this racetrack, and that's a comment that I get from a lot of horsemen once they get their horses to Maryland, on Laurel, and sometimes Pimlico, that their horses get better and better and better. So that's encouraging, and we like to have everybody come on. We love it here. We love our racing in Maryland.
That's right. Let's fill it up. Bowie's right around the corner. Going to be one of the nicest training centers in the country, just like Fair Hill. So I'm looking forward to that. We both like the 6 here. The 6 is your morning line favorite here. 9-5 here. No, second choice. MG Brokers 6-5. Success Hurricanes 9-5 with the X-Man for Wayne Potts. The lone Laurel try didn't go very well. Now, that was against Allowance Company. He's come back and run a big race when he won at Charlestown last time.
Well, really, at the end of the day, any of his recent tries, except for his last one at Charlestown, have not been good tries. He's double-digit beat in 3 of his last 5 starts. His last decent race at Delaware was the last October, where he got beat 2 lengths while running 4th. I use the horse in my exact. I think he's trying to round back in some good form, but he's going to have to overcome the running well at a mile track, because you can only take. It was a 2 lifetime allowance race at Charlestown, but you have to take those Charlestown races with a grain of salt.
Sure. Small field.
It's small field. The horses are a bit weaker. I mean, it's good racing, and don't get me wrong, but it's this is a step up even to this 25,000.
All right, so we both have the 5 MG Broker, the favorite on top in the opener. Let's speed along here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4 here in the second. This is a wide open maiden claiming 10,000, 3 and up, going a mile. We start the rolling super high 5 here in race 2. That has a low 15% takeout and a few bucks over 500 for the carryover to start. Let's take a look here at race 2. The favorite in this race, the one Yes Means No, 8-5 morning line favorite. I used the horse on top, Ricardo Chappie, on this 4-year-old for Robbie Bales. We both have the favorite on top. We have a video spotlight to show you of Yes Means No. Here's the race from March 9th at Laurel Park at this level.
Yeah, turning home, and she's the Yes Means No has the bug girl Grace LeBar on, and she's trying to finish a little bit. But I just think this rider change is a pretty positive rider change. I just thought Grace was a little weak all the way through the stretch here. Trying to use her stick, but not a whole lot of hand riding going on there. And sometimes you got to pick these horses up and just literally pick them up with your hands and arms. A good example: Fergal Lynch rides better with his arms than any rider I've ever seen. You sometimes that's what you have to do. So I thought that was a little flat through the lane. I think this is a real good, this is a real positive rider change. Anytime you're going from a 10-pound bug to a seasoned journeyman like Ricardo Chappie, it's a positive change. But I think that's going to make all the difference for Yes Means No here today. Just a little bit more, a stronger ride and a little bit more aggressive ride and get her on down there.
And you have the 2 Orient Point in your exact, the beaten favorite coming off the 3-4 month layoff, last out, going short at this level in the mud. Now second off the layoff, we stretch out to a mile, we get a fast track. Sheldon Russell stays aboard. Orient Point trying to make amends for his last out.
Well, and I think he will. I think getting back to a fast track is going to make a big difference for Orient Point. Dove Houghton, 27%, second off this type of layoff. Sheldon Russell returns, so has a couple decent races going 7/8 of a mile. I don't think the stretch out should be a big deal out of an awesome, again, mare for Dove Houghton, and this one's 2-1 on the morning line. You use it too. You're on your ticket.
All right, let's get Yes Means No home here in the second race for a man, Robbie Bales. Let's turn the page. Race 3, we're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 16,000. 3 and up, which have never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds, are the conditions here in race 3. And I go with my price play of the day in this race. You like the horse a little bit as well. The 2 Non-Such, now back in the barn of William Comlow. And Comlow had this 4-year-old son of Cantheros back last fall here at Laurel Park. And this horse ran a big race on the main track last October at this level. Second behind Mr. Fix-It, a next out winner. Non-Such fired a 74 buyer that day. That's a lifetime best for this horse. I know both his wins have come on the turf, but his best performance ever was on the main track last October. He gets back to that today, same level. And he gets 7 pounds off with the apprentice Sam Cardona.
Yeah, I agree with that. His best race was that particular race last October. It was an off-the-turf event, and it only had a full-horse field. With all of that said, he ran a big number, 74, and as you mentioned, his best lifetime number. Ben wintered in Florida at Gulfstream Park. Recently has come back here. A nice work, 5/8 of a mile over the main track here at Laurel Park. I like these horses that go from the south to the north this time of year. They're getting a relief in temperature. It's like running in cooler weather. You sometimes run faster and farther, and that could be the case with Non-Such with the Bug Boy Samuel Cardona, who won 1 or 2 yesterday. He won 1 yesterday.
All right, I know Correa won 2. They all the
right.
bugs though. They got a bunch of new bug riders here. Yeah. Non-Such got a brisk wake up call this morning with that cool air out there.
A lot of them got a brisk wake up call this morning. There were a lot of tails over their head this morning during training.
The sun's coming out now. It's going to get warm. So, all right, we both like the 2. We both like the 1 Gringo Star here, Rosario Montanez, on this 4-year-old, gelding by Good Journey for Wayne Potts. Third at this level, last out, going 7 furlongs.
Yeah, going 7 furlongs. And I love the turn back to 5.5 furlongs where this one has run his lifetime best race, 71 Buyer speed figure, going 5.5 furlongs at Santa Anita. Since arriving east, this one hasn't done a whole lot wrong. Hitting the board in every starts, 2/3 and a second, and good positive numbers and good positive races. So I like Gringo Star today, Montanez and Wayne Wayne Potts. They hit at 29%. You have to like that Gringo Star for me in the third.
All right, so we like a few of the same horses there in race 3. Let's get a quick commercial break. We have a nice carryover today in the Rainbow Pick 6, and we have plenty of time to go over it, about 20 minutes to go over the Pick 6 with you. The carryover is over 28,000. Tim has a ticket for it, starts in race 4. We also have a nice carryover in that late Pick 5. That's over 3,000 with that industry low 12% takeout. That starts in race 5. I have a ticket for that. We'll check it all out right after this.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
Okay, welcome back here. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. Lots of action. We also start off the middle Pick 4 in the 4th race. But there's the nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. $28,275. They bet over $12,000 new money into it yesterday. So if they put that into it today, it'll be over $40,000. It'll be around there, I think, when it's all said and done. It'll be well played. Tim, you have a ticket. Let's check it out. See how you played it. Now, yesterday on one of your tickets, you started off with a single in the first leg, and you got that single home. All right, you go too deep in race 4 to kick it off.
Yeah, I do, and I really couldn't find a single. I originally had a single in the 9th, and I had a scratch earlier in the 5th race, so I ended up changing the ticket after scratches, and I feel a little bit better. I spent a little bit more money today, but we're looking at a whole lot more money to make if we can get it home. But I go too deep in the 4th race, the first leg of the Rainbow Pick 6, using the 1 Acaneta, 4 Rudy Rodriguez, and the 5 Bellantonic for Dale Capuano, who will be looking for her 4th win in a row, and she's in very, very good form. In the 5th, this 2 lifetime nickel race, I went 4 deep here using the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 10. Race 6 is, to me, one of the most interesting races on the card today. This is a maiden special weight. It attracts Todd Pletcher. It attracts Graham Motion. This is a salty little heat here, and I go 4 deep using the 1 creative budgeting for Todd Pletcher, the 4 Make Way for Jerry, this 5 Fast Master for Graham Motion, and the 6 Great Herman for John Robb, who ran a 71 buyer speed figure in his first start. So that I just couldn't throw that horse out. 3 deep in the 7th using the 2 Magically Discreet, my top pick, the 5 Ragtop, and the 6 The Sweetest Taboo. Claudio Gonzalez's only shot to win a race here today, but this horse gets to go back a mile, which she wants to do. Could be very, very tough. 8th race, 2 deep using the 1 Global Citizen and the 7 Throw the Fade for Kieran McGee, and 2 deep in the finale using the 1 Beautiful Maiden, my top pick for Jamie Ness, and the 3 Puppet for Mark Salvaggio, who's dropping out of 2 other vans to this 12-5 out of Penn National. So $76.80. Like I said, spent a little bit more money today, but I want to try to get the money. So you got to invest it to get it. So there you go. Good luck if you play along in today's Rainbow Pick 6.
You have to just keep it up there for a second. It's a tough sequence.
It is.
A couple of the races, my top picks aren't even on there. Just shows you how competitive the races are. For example, race 6, that nice maiden special weight for 3-year-olds, going 6 furlongs. You go 4 deep in there. My top pick, of course, you don't have the 8 Glory Song, I think, is a live first-time starter by Munnings for trainer Jamie Ness. This colt's been working well here at Laurel. Angel Suarez will ride. Ness 31% recently with first-time starters. But you're going to get every bit of 8-1 probably because, like you said, you have Pletcher, you have Motion, Jerry Robb, Robin Graham with a nice Maryland bred in there for the right. So that's a real nice race.
Yeah, it's a really nice race, and I like the 4 Make Way for Jerry by Old Fashioned out of Maria's Mon Mare, and been working very, very well here. Was down in Tampa, but 3 recent works right here at Laurel Park, and two most recent right from the gate. And of course, you got Todd Pletcher. He wins 23% of the time, first time out. He knows how to win races, and he knows how to win races with young horses. So This is I love race 6. I love these maiden races.
Well, the four that you have on your ticket there, the Make Way for Jerry, you're going to get a monster price on that horse. I've never heard of that trainer. That horse is going to get big time overlooked in race 6.
It certainly will, but
been working well here.
Been working well here. The trainers don't run, the jockeys don't run. At the end of the day, the horses run, and if they can run, doesn't matter who rides them or trains them. At the end of the day, if they can run, they can run.
That's right. All right, so we'll look forward to race 6. Let's check out race 4. Race 4, one of our features of the day to start this pick 6. A nice first level allowance feature for filly mares 4 and up, going a mile in a 16th. We spotlighted this race on the XB TV Laurel Park preview, so we'll have a lot of national attention, I think, here on race 4. We're going 2 turns. We have a popular favorite here in race 4, the one Acanetta 8-5 morning line. McCarthy, he had a win yesterday here. He's rolling. He's going to be the leading rider. He rides this mare for Rudy Rodriguez. Now, she was the beaten favorite last out here at Laurel early March, but that was going a mile in the mud. You look at her last fast track performance back in January up there at the Big A. She fired a 78 buyer. That's close to a lifetime best for Acanetta. She gets back to a fast track today. She has early speed. McCarthy might try to go right to the front from the inside. He doesn't have to get the lead. She's very versatile. She's one going wire to wire. She's also one laying close to the pace and stalking and then pouncing. I expect to see Acanetta in the first flight, 1, 2, or 3, close to the lead early on.
Well, you have to. She's got a little bit of speed, and you've drawn the one hole going a mile and 16th, and here at Laurel Park, that's golden. So I have to. Acanetta will almost guaranteed in front going into that first turn. If she's not, she's going to be right there with that speed. My only concern about Acanetta, and I like her, she's in my exacta, is her last 2 races ago at Aqueduct going 7/8 of a mile was a nice race, and she fired a big number. But when you look down at her route dirt races, not her route turf races or route dirt races, they're all a little number soft. She's going to have to run faster going a mile and 16th on the main track that she never has before. But she is in good form. She's in here for Rudy Rodriguez. He wins his route races at a 23% clip, and you're getting Trevor McCarthy. So if she can run back to that race January 19th, absolutely. And she didn't run bad going a mile on the mud in her last start here, but again, going to have to run faster than that today. But I like her. She's my exact. I'm just going to stick with Bell and Tonic, who will be looking for the 5. Bell and Tonic will be looking for 4 in a row today for Dale Capuano.
Yeah, well, we'll get a better price here on the 5 Bell and Tonic. Julio Correa, the 7-pound apprentice, won 2 races yesterday, one of them for Dale Capuano, and yeah, real nice claim here for taking Risk Stables and Lewis Allman, this 4-year-old filly by Old Fashioned, a Maryland bred. She's won 3 in a row and keeps stepping up. She just won her Maryland bred first level allowance. Now steps up to the Open A other than. So a little deeper water today, but she's on a roll. She likes to sit about mid-pack and then make a late round.
Well, and this is just classic Dale Capuano. Claims this one for out of a 2 lifetime, 16,000. Doesn't win the day that Dale claims her. Comes back 2 lifetime for 16,000. Gets the money. 3 lifetime for 16,000, gets the money. Restricted state bred A other than, gets the money. Now this one just takes the next logical step in good form. Very, very confident. Dale Capuano 31% when horses have won their last race. There's a lot to like here. Now you're getting a little weight with Julio Correa aboard. So there's plenty to appreciate with Bell and Tonic, and you're right. The inside horse will be taking a lot of money. We might get a nice price here on Bell and Tonic.
All right, so 1-5 for me, 5-1 for Tim on top there in race 4. We both like you go 1-5 in the pick 6. On my early pick 5, I go with the 1-5. Let's hope we get the 1 or the 5 home there in race 4 to kick off the pick 6. Let's turn the page here. Race 5 is going to start that late pick 5. Nice carryover today in the late pick 5. This will be well played. There's the carryover, $3,069, industry low, 12% takeout means more money back in your pockets when you hit the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Let's check out my ticket, a $48 play. I go 4 deep here in the first 2 legs. Hopefully I'm still alive on this ticket after race 6. Let's see, race 5, the nickel 2 life for filly and mares going a mile. I go with the 4, 6, 9, 10. Race 6, that maiden special weight. I like the 8 Glory Song on top at 8-1, but you have to use Pletcher the 1, you have to use Motion the 5, and you have to use Jerry Robb the 6. So I go 1, 5, 6, 8 there in race 6. My single best bet of the day. What a nice condition trainer Tim Woolley has found today for the 4-year-old filly, Magically Discreet, number 2 in race 7. She's 8-5 morning line, and that'd be a great price if we get 8-5. She's dropping out of allowance races where she's been running well. She gets back to a fast track today where she fired a lifetime best on a fast track back in early January. She finds a nice cozy starter allowance 3 life condition today. I think she'll gallop the 2 Magically Discreet. My best bet single on my late pick 5. Race 8, nice starter allowance going a mile. I go 3 deep there. The 1 Global Citizen is going to be your favorite with McCarthy, but he's trying something new today. He's trying a mile on the main track, so we'll see. He doesn't have to win, I don't think. I also like the 3-2 Blade for Kelly Rubley, and the 7's my top pick in there. Throw the Fade for Kieran McGee. Just ran huge last out with an 82 buyer. So I go with the 7 on top there in race 8. Then race 9, that's wide open. That's a nice salty group of open 12-5 filly and mares 4 and up going a mile. I have the 5 on top, Lonely Drifter, first off the claim for Farrier at 6-1. And I also like the 4 Salio Prado, 9-2 in there for trainer Hugh McMahon and Katie Davis. So there's my ticket, $48 play. Let's check out here race 5, see if I can get live in this race. We're going a mile, claiming 5,000, filly mares 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime. The 4 Dear Charlotte came off the layoff for trainer Jana Fisher the 3rd. They bred this mare. She's by Redeemed. She's a Maryland bred. She came off the layoff with a pretty impressive performance, going 6 furlongs, and that's not her cup of tea. She likes a route of ground, but she has a race under her belt. She rallied from far back with the 10-pound apprentice Brittany Scampton. A good second that day with a 39 buyer. Now second off the layoff. We stretch out to a mile. Nice lightweight assignment, 116 here for the 4 Dear Charlotte.
No, I agree. I have this one in my exacta, second off a nice return, going 3/4 a mile, as you mentioned, and you're absolutely right. Going around the ground, she is much better. That's where she's run her best races, her best numbers. 10 starts going a mile. She has had 1 win, 2 seconds, and 3/3, so she's going to probably be right there, even if she doesn't get into the winner's circle. You can't leave her off off your ticket. Brittany Scampton returns for Jan and Fisher, 5-1 on the morning line, and I bet you we get a little better than that.
I'll take 5-1, 5, 6, 7-1. That'd be nice. I like your top pick, the 6. We'll get a nice price here on the 6. Marjorie Muggs for Sam Davis, 6-1 morning line. Sheldon Russell back aboard. A decent effort. Last out, just got beat a length.
Just got beat a length, and the time before got beat 4 lengths to Louise, who would come back and win again.
Right.
Louise in very, very good form. Gets a fast track today. You have to like the fact that Sheldon returns once again, and she just keeps hanging around. She's going to put it together one of these days. I think today could be the day for Marjorie Muggs and Sheldon Russell and Sammy Davis. So I like her. She's in good form, and she just keeps hanging around. She's going to get the job done. Could be today.
Well, it's a good betting race here in race 5. It's a big field, wide open. We both like the 10 as well here. Top 10, Angel Cruz aboard for our man Charlie L. Frock. Just got beat a neck at this level last out. 39 buyer, and right back in the same spot, and we'll get 6-7-1 on the 10 top 10.
You will, and that's why that last race is why I ended up using top 10. These horses that just fire a decent race after getting beat, 3 consecutive races double digits at basically the same level, make me a little nervous, because those horses tend to not come back and run again as well as they did that particular day when the race sort of came out of nowhere.
Right.
But this race is kind of wide open. Why you went deep, why I went deep, and Charlie Frock, he's capable of winning this type of race. And if she can run back that last race, that puts her right in the hunt.
All right, so let's get a nice price home there in race 5. Let's turn the page. One of our features of the day here in race 6, a nice maiden special weight for some nice 3-year-olds going 6 furlongs. Race 6, kicks off the late pick 4. Tim, you have a late pick 4 ticket. Let's check it out, see how you played
I
it.
do. A nice $12 ticket. I go 3 deep here using the 1 creative budgeting for Todd Pletcher, the 5 Fastmaster for Graham Motion, and the 6 Great Herman for Jerry Robb. 2 deep in the 7th using the 2 and the 6. Your top pick there, Magically Discreet, and the 6, The Sweetest Taboo. Claudio Gonzalez, never leave him off your ticket. It's a rule I go by. 8th race 1, I use the 1 Global Citizen and the 7 Throw the Fade. Both Global Citizen and Throw the Fade, first time going around a ground. And in the finale, I go 2 deep using the 1 and the 3. $12 ticket. Good luck if you play along. Very affordable ticket. If I get bounced out of my Rainbow Pick 6 early, you can bet I'll be back there for that $12 ticket to finish out the day.
All right, let's check out race 6. A nice maiden special weight 3-year-olds going 6 furlongs. Some well-bred first-time starters in here for high winning outfits. I go with the 8 on top here. 8-1 morning line for the 8 Glory Song, a homebred for Charles Lowe of Kentucky. This colt's by Munnings. Munning is a up-and-coming young Speightstown stallion. Munning stands for 20,000 down in Kentucky. They've been coming out running, and Jamie Ness 31% recently with a positive ROI with his first-time starters. Angel Soares will ride. That's one of Ness's go-to jockeys. The works, they look very good. A couple decent 5-furlong workouts, and then a couple real nice half-mile works from the gate coming into today. I like the outside post the 8 Glory Song gets. I think this horse is going to slip away at a real nice price. 8-10-1, I think we'll get on Glory Song, my top pick.
You're certainly going to get a nice price, especially with the horses that have run and a couple of these first-time starters for big name outfits. But look, this horse comes in with good works. I'm not going to try to talk anyone off Glory Song. I think if the race looked a little softer, I might be a little bit more interested in Glory Song, but some good works, and as you mentioned, those good gate works, which I always like to see for Jamie Ness and Angel Suarez. If he wins it, I won't be surprised. If he runs in the middle, I won't be surprised either. So we'll see how Glory Song goes, but certainly set up to deliver a good race first time out of the box if he's capable.
All right, let's take a look at your top pick here, the 5 Fast Master for Graham Motion. Trevor McCarthy rides this colt by Flashback, the debut. Early February here at Laurel Park, maiden special weight going 6 furlongs. They bet him down to about 9-2 there in the debut, and he sat about mid-pack in a 10-horse field and a decent rally to finish second that day behind Lord Have Mercy, who was an impressive big long shot winner that day. Now, Lord Have Mercy came back in a tough allowance race, and he ran okay, didn't hit the board. But still, Fastmaster ran well, and Motion 22% with his second-time starter.
Yeah, we have a video picking up Fastmaster in his last start, about the 3/8 pole, and he's about 6 lengths out of it as we're coming past the 3/8 pole, and he just keeps on grinding away in typical, honestly, typical Graham Motion fashion. These horses, Graham likes. I was talking to his assistant a couple weeks ago, and she said he just likes his young horses to just find their way. And this one just finds his way through the stretch. A good, positive experience. And it's the second time out. You have to be aware of Graham Motion. He hits at 22% second time out of the box. Doesn't overpressure this horse here in his first start. Gets a good experience. Ran in behind horses. Finishes well and gallops out well. So I think there's plenty to like here with Fastmaster. Ran a 64 Beyer speed figure that day under Trevor McCarthy. Trevor McCarthy returns today. Graham, Trevor, 22% when they hook up together. So I think this horse is eligible to move forward today, and I think he will. And I think Fastmaster at the end of the day will be very, very tough to beat. Graham Motion, 22%, as I mentioned, second time out of the box. So very, very tough for Fastmaster. 3-1 on the line.
Yeah, they spent $275,000 for him as a 2-year-old. So let's see if he can live up to the billing today with the leading rider McCarthy aboard. So I use him in my exacta. We both like the 6 as well. Great Herman's going to show early speed. He opened up by 5 last out on a muddy track early March. That was coming back to the races off a long layoff. That was his 3-year-old debut. He looked home free at 2-1, but Baptized the Boy, who'd had some experience and was one of the favorites in that race, Baptized the Boy, ran down Great Herman. Now we're going an extra half a furlong today, so you have to wonder, is the 6 furlongs going to be a question mark for this speedball who is going to be your likely pace setter?
No, it's hard to say, but I like the fact that he's getting back to a fast track. And even though he ran a better number and a big number in that race on the muddy track, you really don't know if he actually really liked it. He didn't run bad first time out on a fast track last summer at Delaware. Now he's coming second off a layoff for Jerry Robb. Jerry's very good with these young horses. Xavier Perez returns, but if he can run back to that race and back to that number, that puts him right in it. I mean,
Sure.
it could put him good enough to put him in the winner's circle, and we've seen Jerry Robb in the winner's circle 23% of the time during this winter meet. So it would be no surprise if Great Herman can get the job done.
All right, let's talk about our man Todd Pletcher. He shows up here with the Elkstone Group, Maryland-bred, homebred here by Creative Calls. This horse has been working up there at the Belmont training track. Vargas takes the call for Todd Pletcher, who's 23% with his first-time starters. And Vargas and Pletcher recently 2 for 6 in a positive ROI. The works are okay. The breeding's okay. It's Todd Pletcher, but I don't like the one hole that this horse draws for the debut.
Well, typically, I don't like the one hole either. But if you're going to have the one hole, you might as well have Todd Pletcher training you, because he's not going to miss anything getting to this first start. He's going to cover all his bases. You see this one has 3 works from the gate since February 17th, 2 recent works, including one on March 15th where he worked a sharp half, 48 flat, 7th of 50 works on the Belmont training track that morning. So that's a strong work from the gate. So you know this horse is going to get away. The one hole with Todd Pletcher doesn't bother me as much as it would with myself or a lot of other people. And you're getting Georgie Vargas. And he's just very, very tough. You have to respect him, as we all do. He's sending one down here. He's going to get my attention in my exacta.
All right, so a real nice maiden special weight here in race 6 to kick off the late pick 4. I just realized the time. Let's speed along here. Great card today on a Saturday afternoon with these carryovers and everything. All right, race 7, we both like the 2 Magically Discreet. She's my best bet of the day. It's a nice, cozy starter allowance, 3 life condition for this filly. We're going a mile here in race 7. Magically Discreet, a big win 3 starts ago, early January, on a fast track against First Level. Maryland Bred Allowance Company fired a 74 buyer that day. That's a lifetime best. She's run well in her 2 starts since then on a muddy track against tougher company. Now she gets back to a fast track and easier company. Ricardo Chappie back aboard for Tim Woolley.
Yeah, I would agree with that. She's my top pick, getting a little class relief. Lifetime best 3 starts ago, work since that last race. But I don't know that it's going to be that easy for her to get the job done. The 5 and the 6 are 2 horses that scare me a little bit, and certainly the 6, the Sweetest Taboo for Claudio Gonzalez, getting back to this starter level where this one's run very, very well going around the ground. Last couple races sprinting, now we get back going around the ground where she's run her very best races and her best numbers of her life. And the same thing with Ragtop, another one back at this level going around the ground who's run very well. So and getting Georgie Vargas back. So I don't know what to give me. I like her. I think she probably should win the race, could win and should win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the 5 or 6 give her a little issue there.
All right, but we both have the 2 Magically Discreet, the Maryland Bred on top there in race 7. Race 7 kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. We go with the 2, 5, 6 trifecta there. Let's turn the page here. Race 8 kicks off the late daily double. A nice starter allowance here for 3 and up. Never won 3 the condition. We're going a flat mile. You have the 1 on top. Let's start there. That's your 9 to 5 morning line favored. We have a video spotlight of this Maryland bred Sagamore Farm homebred. Here's Global Citizen on February 18th.
Yeah, it gets back to a fast track today, and this race was going 5.5 furlongs, and probably not what he wants to do, but he keeps on driving. Just misses by a nose under Georgie Vargas. Picks up Trevor McCarthy today. Trevor McCarthy, last time this horse won, 2 races ago, Trevor McCarthy was on this horse. Just misses here, but we stretch out for the first time in our life by To Honor and Serve. First time on the main track in our life, by To Honor and Serve out of a Tis Now mare. This should not be an issue for Global Citizen getting back to a fast track, and some nice work since that last race. I'll take Global Citizen 9 to 5 on the morning line for Horatio DePaz.
He'll be tough. I use him 3rd. We both like the 7 here. Throw the Fade just ran lights out. 82 buyer last out with that starter 2 life win. February 10th. That was going 7 furlongs. And went 22-2 for the 7 panels. That's pretty quick. He won by 6. Now he's stretching out to a mile for the first time. 4-year-old son of Preakness winner Shackelford. He should love going a mile. You get the 7-pound bug boy Julio Correa, fresh off his 2-win day yesterday. He must be working hard in the mornings because he picks up a nice live mount here for a big outfit, Kieran McGee, in the 7th Throw the Fade.
He does. He picked up another live outfit horse earlier in Bellantonic for Dale Capuano. Yeah. So, look, this horse ran a big race in his last race, no question about it. Got an easy lead and was able to just dominate from flag fall to finish and ran a big lifetime best 82 going 7/8 a mile. The fact this horse did 7/8 a mile is really encouraging. You have to like it. But I don't know that he's going to get an easy lead today. The inside horse has a little gas, could take a little pressure on him. So I think the whole thing changes. The interesting thing about this race is that our 2 top picks, or the 1 and the 7, both going long for the first time. And the other horse we like to Blave in this race is winless at the distance.
Yep.
And just keeps hanging around. So it's a bunch of 3 horses that we kind of like who are trying to break through going a mile. So this race should be very interesting. It'll be fun to see how it all shakes out.
All right, so we both like the 1-3-7 there in race 8. Let's take a look at the finale real quick. We're going a mile in race 9, claiming 12,500 filly mares 4 and up. This race is wide open. I go with the 6-1 shot on top. The 5 Lonely Drifter, a big win last out against Beaten Nickel Company going a mile, claimed that day by Anthony Ferrier. Big step up here to the open 12-5. The 5-pound bug boy Kymar Trotman, he stays aboard. This horse a 4-time winner from 6 starts going a mile. He's a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park. So I think the 5 Lonely Drifter offers good value at 6-1.
He certainly does. First time off the claim, as you mentioned, by Ferrier, but taking a big step up. And last time he ran close to this level, which 2 starts ago for 8,000. He ran 3rd, not a bad race. A tad number soft, going to have to run faster. But he does have some other races on his form that are certainly on her form that are certainly good enough to get the job done today. Anthony Ferrier, 16% first off the claim. Trotman returns, gets a little weight in with 114 pounds. Gets 6 or 7 pounds from the rest of the field.
All right, your top pick here, the One Beautiful Maiden, part of the entry for trainer Jamie Ness. Angel Suarez rides this 5-year-old mare. She's stretching back out to a mile where she's had some success at.
Well, this filly was in really, really good form. You'll remember last year when she was in really good form, then came off a little bit of a break from November to January, and I think she's just starting to come back into good form for Jamie Ness. I thought that was a pretty nice race, going 5.5 furlongs over the slop in her last start. Now she gets to stretch back out. She's 1 for 2 with a second, going a mile. Angel Suarez returns. A nice work since that last race, a half mile, 48 and flat, and Jamie Ness pretty good with his route horses, winning at 19%. So I think this is a nice racehorse. She knows how to win. She's won 9 races in her life. She's just getting her form back. I think Beautiful Maiden gets the job done here in the finale.
All right, I like her. I use her 3rd. We both like the 1-3-5 there in the finale. That's it. We're out of time. We have to save a little time for Dave Robin. He's coming up next with Scratches and Changes. Nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. Start studying up. It's over 28,000. Starts in race 4. You can find Tim's ticket on the website, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. Good luck. Rodman coming up next with Scratches and Changes.